This is the Ghost Talks TV special presentation of a ghostly story from the Baldwinsville Ghostwalk of 2019, hosted and presented by the Baldwinsville Center for the Arts.
His cheeks like a rock holds water. He was about 20 years my senior, but I didn't mind. In a small town, very few question the kindness of neighbors. Besides, he would let me come to his house, eat his food, and read his books. He had the most wonderful library. I would read everything from Voltaire to Louisa May Alcott to Shakespeare. Reading so much I would come home late, which made my father very unhappy. Until one day, I was reading Beauty and the Beast when Mr. Hatch came into the room. He smelled of liquor and sick. I usually didn't mind when he drank, and most people didn't even know he did, but this time he was staring at me real hard, like daggers going straight through me. Turning my back, I tried to ignore him and focus on the page. But then he placed his hands on my shoulders real hard. And then he I don't remember what happened next. I remember a narrow escape. I remember running home that I had to hold myself together. I never went back to Mr. Hatch's. I didn't have to. I could feel his hands on my shoulders like the weight of the world, like stones, like hate. A hate that would round my shoulders and keep my chin down, but I was past caring. I would carry those hands on my shoulders with me. I still do. But it wasn't long, 12 years, in fact, until a new pair of hands came into my life. He had wide shoulders, dark wavy hair, and a smile that seemed painted on. He worked at my father's grain mill, and his name was Thomas. We met and it was instant love. We shared a love of reading and a soft-spoken manner. I was working at a library at the time. Thomas would come in and request a book just so that he could follow me around the shelves. He would point out the titles of books that he'd been able to conquer, and I would thumb through his recommendations. And in the romantic heroes, I would see his eyes, I would feel his hands, and I would feel safe. We were to be married immediately. I was gifted this dress by my mother, who told me to protect and shelter him. But my father says that's where all the danger comes. As I walked down the aisle, my hands started sweating. And my neck itched like it's never itched before. I got to the altar before all the vows. Thomas looked at me, and he placed his hands on my shoulders, and and his hands, they burned. They burned like white fire, and his eyes pierced through me like daggers, and I screamed, and I ran, but the hands, they wouldn't stop burning. There was only one thing left for me to do. I threw myself in the river. It is here that I shall remain, to haunt the hands of anybody who burns too hot, to stop the pain.